Bill Shorten has landed in Adelaide this afternoon. He's meeting with volunteers working in the marginal seat of Boothby. Joining us live from the Labor campaign is Sky News political reporter Annalise Nielsen. Annalise, we know Boothby is the only marginal seat in South Australia. Bill Shorten has spent a pretty significant amount of time there when he's visited the state. What's on the agenda for today?
Well, we're just waiting for him to jet in. He's meeting with the Labor volunteers here targeting Boothby, and he will be meeting what we can reveal is the democracy sausage dog for the electorate here. A bit of a frank for a franking credit day maybe, but this is a nice little bit of colour for the day that's been dominated by a bit of politics. What is his name actually?
This is Eva, the democracy sausage dog.
Lovely. And what's Eva's job on election day?
Her job is to pick the wiener.
There you go. Can't make this stuff up. It hasn't been all this much fun on the election campaign today. It was all down to business in Burnie, where we went for our first stop with Bill Shorten. He was meeting with people at the hospital there and talking about access to elective surgery, in particular waiting list times. He's saying that the funding coming from the Labor government is going to lessen those waiting times. But he was also asked about franking credits, which has been a big issue plaguing the Labor Party because, as Bill Shorten himself admitted, it's a tough policy to sell, particularly in an electorate like Braddon, where there are a number of retirees who will be impacted by franking credit changes.
This is a hard reform. But I tell you what, doesn't it move your hearts when you hear that pensioners in Australia can't afford to go to the dentist? Are you worried about someone who's got their sixth investment property or complains about franking credits sitting on the back deck of their yacht? Or what about the voiceless pensioners of this country?
Now, this was a particular issue this morning because, as the Australian reported, Justine Key, the candidate, the Labor member for Braddon rather, had approached ALP senior figures about franking credit changes, saying that she did think it was going to impact her electorate. She says, though, she was happy with what their response was.
That's why we have the pensioner guarantee. That's when we, when the policy was first announced, pensioners would come to me with their concerns about that policy, and we have the pensioner guarantee. And that's what I took to my colleagues at that time.
Now, the other issue that has been pushed by the Labor Party today is all about wages. We saw a letter that Bill Shorten released that he sent to the Fair Work Commission saying that when he, or if he won government, he would immediately take on wages and write to the Fair Work Commissioner asking for a review to make the wages match real wages. And that's something that has drawn the criticism of the Liberal Party. They're saying that they need a number for real wage increase to be able to agree to anything. But Bill Shorten has said that he wants action on it from the Fair Work Commission.
What number, how much do you want wages to rise by?
Well, I've answered this question many times. That'll be up to the Fair Work Commission to determine. That will be up to the Fair Work Commission to determine. But I want to give John a slightly longer answer than that. But one number I can tell you I don't think's right is I don't think that an adult trying to make ends meet in a full-time job should be working for an hourly wage which doesn't take them out of poverty.
Now, you can tell we're on the home stretch to election day because the pace certainly has picked up on Bill Shorten's campaign. We started the day in Tassie. We've got the stop in Adelaide this afternoon, 2 events here before ending the day in Perth where he'll be fronting a breakfast as well, a quick trip across the country to try and shore up as many votes as they can. We'll keep you updated with all the details.